Well, we first met Lydia, we think, at an open house in our old neighborhood. And then we attended one of her seminars in their offices that was very informative.
And we met both of you there. Yeah, and your staff, the whole staff. We liked it a lot, and I think it was our way of checking you out. We were trying to decide about, we were going to be buying and selling a house, and we were just checking you out.
Yeah, but the seminar was well put together, and we learned a lot. And it was fun interacting with the other people at it too.
Yeah.
A while back, we decided we need to do what I've jokingly called the old person home thing. So we got into getting into a smaller house in a single story. So we decided to move forward in January, and we interviewed some realtors and liked Lydia's seminar and, the way she talked to us when she came to our house and said the right things. And so we decided to enlist in Compass and Lydia Gable.
So we had a lot of fun talking about when people come over, do we have to put out Sue's stuff?
Yeah.
Because you brought stuff over. You made the couches that I've hated for years pretty. So I found that whole thing really fun, like the staging and, putting out the candy, which I had trouble staying away from, and stuff like that. I don't know.
We talked to other realtors, and without prompting the realtors, we had two independent estimates or proposals of the same selling number, which was about what Zillow was saying. So we just used that number. It wasn't rocket science on the price for the house.
I love that house. So for me to be showing it off was fun. And for you making it prettier and for people to come to see it. So I was a little wound up about it. I'd kind of run around, make sure everything was just right. And so I thought that was kind of fun. And it didn't last very long. We only had a couple open houses and, there was some interest in the house. So it wasn't a long ordeal.
She threw the long ball at the end of the process and got us an extra $25,000. So that was nice. Which I really didn't think we were going to get because we really only had one serious buyer. So our negotiation position wasn't that strong.
But Lydia was there all the time. I mean, she was anything we were worried about, any questions we had, she was there. I mean, she's, if you text Lydia, she texts you back. I felt like you guys held our hands through the process. Right.
As did the other staff.
Amina, for sure.
It's one of the advantages of doing your listing with a larger company because there's more staff to draw on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe we got a little ahead of ourselves here. We should have commented that Nancy and I made the decision to buy a home first because obviously how soon we could sell our home was a little uncertain, and we didn't want to wind up homeless for a while. So in January, February, and March, we were looking for a home. It was very competitive. There were every house we looked at had multiple offers.
We made offers on 3 different houses and didn't get them. So before we got this one. So that whole process was quite arduous, and that we really did need our hands held during that time. Right. And advice about how far up to go and was this the right house? And, and what we ended up doing was getting this house off market because of Lydia's connections with other realtors.
I think if it hadn't been for Lydia's contacts and being able to buy this house off market, we might have bought it anyway, but probably would have paid $50,000 more for it. Because if this house had been on market and again gotten into these bidding wars, I'm sure it would have sold for much more money than we paid for it.
Yeah, and we had to think through this thing about, do you want to buy something that somebody else has already upgraded, but maybe not to your liking or maybe not to the standards that you would have? Or do you want to buy a house that you do the upgrading and do it to your standards? So that's what we're living in now. So
the folks who are working with your company are, very capable.
You all are. I mean, you're wonderful. I really think you're wonderful. You like each other. And that shows that, you enjoy what you do, you take a lot of pleasure in your work, you take it really seriously. I always felt like you took us seriously and cared about whether we got the right thing or the right house, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
We highly recommend Lydia Gable Realty Group.